Have you ever thought of Ash Ketchum becoming a gym leader before? What would his teams be if Ash decided to only use Pokemon of one single type? So that got me thinking, what if I created Ash's best Pokemon team for each type? Now, 18 different types is a lot, and Ash has only caught around 80 Pokemon throughout his adventures. And he doesn't have 6 Pokemon for every type, so in order for me to complete each team, I'll just have to add a few extra Pokemon based on how good I think they fit Ash's personality. Some of these teams turned out to be horrendous in the end, so I hope you enjoy me making Ash's teams for every type. Starting off with the grass team, I want the first Pokemon to be the ace of the team, and what better Pokemon to choose than the Darkrai killer himself, Sceptile. To complement Sceptile's cool personality, we're gonna add Ash's sassy Snivy, but I'm evolving Snivy into a superior since it's my favorite starter, so I just had to. Next is actually one of Ash's best Pokemon to come out of Unova, and that is Leavanny. Bulbasaur is joining by default because of that crazy win record, and I won't be evolving Bulbasaur because it proved it can be an amazing battler without needing to evolve. Someone who didn't need to evolve is Turtwig, but I'm still saving Torterra. To finish this team off, I've selected Meganium, and yes, that does mean Bailey will evolve into Meganium so that it can have that extra firepower, plus I think it looks cool. That's my grass team, honestly not bad. Next team, Ash is gonna become a flying type gym leader and his ace will be Staraptor. Staraptor is one of Ash's strongest birds and it gives off those captain vibes, which is why I chose it. Secondly, Swellow. It's another great bird that would fit well here. Shiny Nactel because it's a shiny bird. Talonflame, my favorite regional bird, partly because Ash's Talonflame was fantastic in the anime. And Dragonite to help provide that little bit of bulk this team needs. Lastly, I couldn't go this video without including Rowlet. But I'm not evolving Rowlet because he defeated his final evolution with ease, only using 0.1% of his power. Plus he ate that Everstone, so it's not like he can evolve anyway. Now, I could have just added all of Ash's regional birds for this flying team, but that wouldn't be very original now, would it? We on to the steel types, one of the best types in Pokemon. Unfortunately, Ash didn't catch many steel guys. In fact, he only has like 3. For the ace, I'm going with Melmetal. It's a legendary mythical Ultra Beast combined into one. I honestly don't even know if anyone knows what this Melmetal is classified as, but we're just gonna roll with it. Lucario, some could argue Lucario should be the ace here since he can Mega Evolve, but I'll say that for another type. Now you might be thinking, Ash has Melmetal and Lucario, but who is Ash's third steel type? Well, silly goose, it's obviously Solgaleo, that fake fire type Pokemon that actually is a steel type. I totally knew that before recording this video. Anyway, you may be a bit confused because Ash hasn't caught this Pokemon, yet I think it counts because Ash basically raised it, and I'd imagine when Ash revisits Alola, he'd finally catch this legendary once and for all. Since there are still 3 Pokemon that Ash doesn't own, I will have to choose some Pokemon Ash has never caught or been with, so let's begin with adding Scizor to the team. Aggron is also making it here, another OG Pokemon I always wanted Ash to have. Finally, to complete this team, I have chosen Corviknight because if Ash actually went to Galarian Journeys, I think he would have copped one of these guys. This has got to be the most stacked team I've ever seen, and if Ash ever decides to become like a steel type gym leader, well, let me just say that this is gonna be one scary gym leader. Bug type team is next, and Heracross is starting us off as the captain of the bugs. Leavanny is being added back onto the bug squad. Butterfree, the first ever Pokemon Ash caught, whom he released, well, now Butterfree actually decided to come back. I will also add Scizor from the steel types. Beedrill is joining the team since Ash already caught this Pokemon way back in the day, but gave it to the girl because Ash is such a nice person. Lastly, Ash is getting a brand new Pokemon from the brand new region, Paldea, and can you guess what it is? It's Lokix. I thought Lokix kind of fits that Ash vibe. It just feels like a Pokemon he would naturally catch. So, I mean, this bug team isn't nearly as strong as the steel team, yet I kind of dig it. Speaking of dig, next up we have the ghost types. Yeah, not ground. That's for later. But starting off the ghost team, I'm choosing Gengar. Ash's first and only ghost type. Props to Pokemon for finally giving this man to Gengar in Journeys. I think the next best thing to give Ash is a Rotom, because we know there is a live Rotom living at Professor Oak's lab, and while I think it's Oak's Pokemon, Ash could use it also. I want Ash to have some firepower, so I'm gonna give him a Dragapult. Maybe he caught this Mon after his battle with Leon. Frostlass is a cool ghost, like literally, it's an ice type, and Ash is pretty cool, so I think Frostlass works. Skeledirge, a Pokemon that I would love to see Ash owning when he returns to Paldea, if he ever does. Then lastly, I'm gonna give Ash a Fluttermane, because Ash is the #1 trainer in the world, and he can handle Area 0. Overall, not looking too bad over here on the ghost side, but this is nothing compared to his next team. Ash is transformed yet again into a fire type gym leader, and starting us off with his ace, it's gonna be none other than Charizard, the main man. What can I say that hasn't already been said? Charizard, he is good. like really good. He defeated legendaries, okay? And Fernape, you're also here, buddy. Definitely one of Ash's strongest Pokemon. Both these guys are the cutest couple, probably better than Ash and Serena. And I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. Pignite, but you're evolving into an Emboar, since I mean, I thought in Univille it was just kind of dumb that Pokemon never gave Ash a 3rd stage Pokemon. Incineroar joining, cause this boy is amazing. Also love the backstory, very sad, but very cool. Talonflame, cause duh. You really think I'd add Torkoal? Ew, get that thing out of here. So that's our fire team, really good. Wait, oh, I'm forgetting one. Torkoal, you're out of the picture, so I guess that leaves me with Quilava. But I think Quilava can do a little better, so let's evolve it into Typhlosion. So yeah, we got a pretty good team, I guess. Anyways, let's move on to the next type. The fighting team is next, and what better Pokemon to be the captain than the Aura Man himself, Lucario. Sirfetch'd, you're also surfing along for the ride, and both these two have to get credit since they helped Ash win the World Coronation Series. Hawlucha, we love to see the Kalos members here, especially Hawlucha since it was one of my favorites from Ash's XY team. Scraggy, it's evolving into Scrafty to become even stronger and cockier. And Fernape is being added back here since it's also fighting. Lastly, unlike Pokemon Journeys, I didn't forget Primeape. Yeah, I'm still pissed that they didn't show Primeape off. For Primeape, where's Primeape? Primeape's gone. They forgot Primeape again. Anyways, seems pretty good. It's not that bad. For the poison team captain, I think I'll have to go with Naganadel, because it's an ultra beast, and I love Naganadel. Muk was a close second option, since it's literally a poison glob. Gengar is another really powerful Ashmon, but he's already the Ghost King. We do have Bulbasaur, who is great, although to me, it's mostly a grass type. Gliscor, honestly, is really just a flying type in disguise. But yeah, anyway, all these Pokemon I just mentioned are on Ash's poison team. I just have still one slot left. So let's have some fun and add Clodsire to the team. Now this isn't his strongest team so far, but I think these Pokemon fit in well together. Psychic type team is weird because the only Pokemon he owns that is Psychic is Mr. Mime. So Mr. Mime is automatically going to be the captain, but since I added Solgaleo earlier and it's also a Psychic type, he is coming back here as well. Espeon, because if Ash ever gets an Eevee, it's going to evolve into an Espeon, and that's just facts. Slowbro, I thought this Pokemon suits Ash because he's sometimes slow as well. Armorage, I think it's a perfect Pokemon from Paldea for Ash to have. It's strong and just has Ash written all over it. Lastly, this might be a bit of a surprise, but I'm gonna go with Meloetta because back in Black and White, this Meloetta was following Ash a lot throughout his journey, and I really think Ash should have caught this mon. Yeah, is Solgaleo and Meloetta on Ash's team a little unrealistic? Maybe, but it's a what if video, and if Go can get Suicune, then Ash can get these legendaries. For the fairy types, Mr. Mime is also returning since it's, well, a fairy type. Second Pokemon is Clefable because of that one episode back in the original series. Iron Valiant, while it might be a bit strong, it's not like Ash hasn't caught strong Pokemon before. Looking at you, Naganadel, Melmetal. Fluttermane is being added back from the Ghost team, and Dashabun from Paldea is also pretty cool. That's 3 Paldean Pokemon in a row for the fairy team. Then lastly, we gotta save Tapu Koko. I mean, those guys go way back. Now, Ash has never really showed interest in catching Tapu Koko, but he's catching one in this video, so with that is another super stacked team, maybe his best yet. We actually do have some Pokemon for the normal types, and starting off with the leader, I had to go with Snorlax. Tauros is another great normal type Ash owns. Since I didn't add Pidgeot in the flying team, I will place him here in the normal team because he's a pretty normal looking Pidgeot in my opinion. The rest of Ash's normal types are all just birds, so I'm gonna take Swellow, Noctowl, and Staraptor to fill the rest of the team. Overall, this team just displays that Ash has caught way too many birds. The rock type team is quite unique. We got Lycanroc for the team captain. I mean, he's got a unique dusk form. Plus, Lycanroc won Ash's first ever league, so props to the top dog for that. Boldore is gonna evolve into Gigalith to make him even stronger. Aggron is coming down from the steel types to support the rocks. Aerodactyl from when Gary and Ash stumbled upon that Aerodactyl in that fossil episode from the original series. Tyranitar, another Pokemon everyone wanted him to catch ever since he took care of that wild Larvitar. Lastly, I want Ash to have Tyrantrum. No bias here or anything, but this Pokemon would be so cool for Ash to have. You know what? I like this team because it's got a bunch of dinosaur looking Pokemon, and I'm all for that. Here we go, baby, the water types. And come on, we all know the ace is gonna be none other than Greninja himself. Greninja is just the best. Ash Greninja in the anime is peak, and yeah, definitely deserves to be captain of the water team. Dracovish is also water type that's really strong and goofy. Squirtle, the cool turtle, but I'm evolving Squirtle into Blastoise to make him even cooler. Kingler, the low-key ace of Ash's Kanto Pokemon. Totodile, and like Squirtle, Squirrel, this dude is also evolving into Feraligatr. 6th spot goes to Buizel, and although I'm sure someone's gonna be mad at me for doing this, but I'm evolving him into Floatzel. Buizel was good and all, but not that good. Floatzel will actually give this guy a much needed buff. Yeah, and that's my water team. Pretty weird how most of Ash's water Pokemon didn't evolve, but luckily I can change that. Diving straight from water to ice, I'ma choose Glalie, as it's the obvious first draft here. Ash's only other ice type is Lapras, who will also join by default. Frostlass can double up here from the Ghost Squad. 4th, I'ma choose Baxcalibur, another dinosaur and my favorite B-letter Pokemon. I think Ash should also have caught a Cloyster. For his last Pokemon, I'll give him the Penguin from Galar, the SQ. This dude just passes the vibe check for me, and I don't even know if SQ is even how you pronounce it. The ice types are a bit random, not gonna lie, but I think this can work well. Mr. Ketchup has a few nice ground types, and I think the captain here should be pretty obvious. Palpitoad. I mean, look at that win record. It's just insane, not to mention his stats. Next, we have Crocodile. I love Crocodile. In fact, I think it's pretty hard to find someone who doesn't like Ash's Crocodile. Donphan is another great ground type. Torterra, while not being Ash's best Sinnohmon, I think could still be viable here. Gliscor is making a return. Then lastly, I'll choose Gibble, but I'm not just gonna keep it a Gibble. That would be a crime. We're gonna evolve it into a Garchomp. So looking at this team, it's actually really good. It's got some great type diversity, and okay, we can switch Crocodile for Palpitoad and we'll evolve him into a Seismitoad. Starting the electric type team off with Ash's one and only electric type, of course, it's Pikachu. But you know, it would be great to be with Pikachu right now. Tapu Koko is coming back, and I know it's crazy that they're both on the same team after they battled out in the Alola League, but they're here. Then Rotom, you're also returning. For a new Pokemon, I'm gonna have Ash catch an Electrode. He did, after all, use that Voltorb in the first ever episode as a Pokeball. Kilowattrel, I think, would be a great new bird for him. Lastly, we got Zeraora. This guy is just a dope Pokemon that I think Ash should have. Not a bad electric type team, I must say. I quite fancy this. I don't know why I turned British there. That's perfect though, since Britain is always dark and cloudy, and what do you know? We're on the dark type team now, and this means that the captain is gonna become a Brit. So, who's it gonna be? It's Greninja. Greninja is now confirmed a Brit. Secondly is Crocodile. 3rd is Scrafty. 4th is the Kitty Cat. 5th is that Tyranitar from the Rock team. And last but not least, I've chosen Absol. I always wanted Ash to catch an Absol, so I really wanted to be on this team. Anyways, here are the Pokemon. I think they all look very dark and British. Everyone's favorite type and my personal favorite type, we got the dragons. Starting off the squad here is gonna be Garchomp. He is Ash's ace dragon type if it ever evolves. Dragonite, you're back, and she needs a bodyguard, and who better than your boy Gudra. Also, they both go from being really good earlier on to going on losing streaks later. Next up is Noivern. Wish this Pokemon got a little more screen time in college. Naganadel is here, and actually Naganadel and Noivern make a pretty solid duo. Last Pokemon is gonna be Dracovish, and with that completes the dragon team. Since Ash actually caught all of these Pokemon, I think this could maybe be his best official type team. Which one was your favorite? Also, which one do you think is the best competitive team? My top 3 favorite teams that I would say would be probably Water, Steel, and Dragon. Since you like this video, you should also check out the video where I recreate all of Ash's teams from every region. Join my Discord. Bye!